Good morning, everyone that's watching. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're at. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Jason, no, this machine is only for salon and barber shears. I do have a clipper blade machine, but this is not it. This would not be the correct tool. Wow. Man, the last sharpener really flat topped this shear bad. Took all the angle out of it. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button and also consider subscribing to the channel. It does help our little channel out and it helps our business down here in Texas out. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, sewing and industrial scissors, clipper blades, and just about any kind of knife. I think we finally got an edge on this. Whoever sharpened them last really took the edge angle out of it. And they're folding hair. And I'm going to convex it a little bit just to make it look a little better. We're sharpening pet grooming shears for a dog groomer. All right, that looks pretty good. Morning, Eddie. Reedley, I had to do this one at 25 degrees because whoever sharpened it last, man, it had no angle on it whatsoever. So it just depends on the shear and what I can do with it, you know. And I had to take off a lot of material to get this thing to 25 degrees. Whoever sharpened it last flat topped it, you know. They didn't have any angle to it whatsoever. So it was folding the hair. And of course I wiped out the ride line, taking off that much material. Oh, it was insane. But it's better than 10. It has to have some angle to it or it's not going to cut properly. Okay, I got a ride line now. I got the ride line back, if you can see that. I've got a complete ride line. So hopefully they're going to cut better. They were folding fur. These have been sharpened to death. That looks good. That looks good. Well, we'll see if we can get them to cut better. I hope so. noticed these were missing a washer. Alright, let's find a washer for it. See if that one will fit. Nope. I think one of these will fit. It's a little chilly in the shop this morning. And here I was just complaining of the heat the other day, and now it's cold. Oh, dang it. There we go. That looks good. Remove this before I dump it. Oh, it had a washer in it. Look at that. I missed the washer when I took it apart. 115 people watching out there. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Also, tell me where you're watching from. All right, feels pretty good. I'm gonna put some arc on this spring. It looks a little sprung. So these are an old pair of Gib Gator thinning shears for dog groomers. She's probably had them for years. She said she'd been cutting dog hair for about 15 years. Hey, appreciate it very much. Where is Reedley, California? Where's that at? Oh yeah, look at that. That's cutting wonderful now. All right, we put a little arc on it. Let's see if it cuts fur. Oh yeah. Well, not great. Better than it was. Let's try some human hair. Fresno, okay, cool. All right, those are cutting great. They're not pulling hair. Like I said, these are for dog groomers. Let's go back to the fake fur. This is pretty thick fur. I'm pretty happy with the way that's cutting now. Little lube on them. All right, we got 3 more pairs. I got to open that other case. So those are done. So here's a really, is that about an 8-inch pair? You know, those aren't cutting bad. Well, they're a little crunchy. I think we can make them cut better. I need to clean my work area, that's for sure. They're not closing all the way also. Those are big old shears, aren't they? Doesn't have much of a ride line right in there. Douglas rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. That's everything I clean with is alcohol. It's got like 3 angles on it. Wow. All right. They weren't cutting bad. There's no ride line whatsoever. Well, you know, I have a little container sometimes I use, but I've started using these dog food containers. You know, these are the little Caesar dog food containers for my dogs. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start saving some of those and make those my parts container. And so I started putting alcohol in them, especially the barbers and the stylists. They seem to be a little careless in cleaning their shears. The dog groomers are not quite as bad, is what's amazing. So I'm getting the ride line, getting a little bit there, but I don't have any right there. So we're going to reposition, see if we can just get a little bit of a line there. There we go. Now we got a ride line. We got a clean ride line all the way. I'm gonna do a little bit more. And you know what I didn't do? I did not check the set on these, so I'm gonna go back and check the set. Looks real good. That one does. Boy, that one's got a huge set in it. Well, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to try to change it at this point since they were cutting fairly well. So let me go back to this blade. Just a little bit more. widen that ride line out slightly. All right, that looks good. None there. More work than I wanted to do on these shears, but there's no ride lines whatsoever on either one of them. Flip that stone around. All right, we've got a ride line now, so we're going to move on. We're going to come back to the stone, but Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. Appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button, and if you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business. We do mail-in sharpening from all around the United States. I'm going to put that one on there for now because I'm going to use it in a minute. Well, if you're watching out there, tell me where you're watching from. We're in southeast Texas, a little town called League City. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. And if you just tuned in, we're sharpening pet grooming shears for a dog groomer. I think I got them looking pretty good. We're going to do a little bit more stone work, just a little bit. We got a nice clean ride line. I'd like to have a little bit wider ride line at the tip. So I'm going to put a little extra pressure right there. And now we got it. We've got a good shape shear there. Yeah, it's a little chilly this morning, Eddie. I don't know what the heck's going on with that. We had a little front come through yesterday, had some really high winds. I don't have the fans on in the shop this morning. And these are my cut-proof gloves. And I sliced my hand open last night, sharpening a knife. That looks real good. I'm pretty happy. Did I do this one? I don't know if I did this one or not. We're going to do it again. Phil, these are synthetic. They're ceramic stones. Sharpen ceramic. That looks good. All right, I'm pretty confident these are going to cut really well. I'm constantly cutting myself. Well, that needs a new washer. That washer just fell apart. We just want to clean that up a little bit. And let's get us a... I'm going to put that back in there before I lose it. Let's see if this washer fits. And that's a good fit right there. All right, let me move this. I'm not familiar with the King's cut, but yeah, I like the combo stones also. I've got a couple of those. Oh wow, that just cuts wonderful. Let's try some fur. So here's our fake fur. Correct, yeah, Eddie. You seen me do that? I use the diamond plates. I didn't always do that. I used those other, the stone ones for a long time, and then I saw somebody use the diamond plates, and they're so much faster. Look at that. That cuts wonderful. So she can get the puppies pretty. Let's try some rabbit fur. Right at the tip. Yep, so that's good. She'll be happy with that for the detailed work. Make sure it cuts down to the bottom. There you go. Looks good. That's cutting real nice. What's my thought on them? I use belts to sharpen my knives. I don't use stones, but I know a lot of people use those diamond plates to sharpen knives. So we were locked up there for a minute. Looks like it's working now. I don't know what was going on. Somebody left me a voicemail message and it just shut the whole thing down. Eddie, I don't know if you're still there or not. So these are a little corroded, so I'm gonna have to clean them up with the Scotch-Brite wheel. Did you hear what I said, Eddie? I don't know if you heard my take on the diamond wheels or not before the screen locked up. I have never tried the diamond plates for sharpening anything, but I can see that them being very beneficial to sharpen knives. I've just never tried it. So these had a little rust on them. So I'm just using my little Scotch-Brite wheel to kind of clean them up. So the rust, look at the rust on these shears. Somebody left me a voicemail, and that's why and I've got it on Do Not Disturb. For whatever reason, the voicemail messages stop the live stream. All right, I think we got them good. Still a little rust on there. I like my Ken Onion. I use that a lot. In fact, I'm going to take it with me this weekend to the deer hunt. That looks good. Well, Phil, it's not a turntable. It's what's called a flat hone, H-O-N-E. And it's the perfect tool for sharpening shears like this because you can convex on it. Check out wolfindustries.com. Wolf is spelled W-O-L-F-F. Industries are in Spartanburg, South Carolina. They're the ones that make this particular machine. It's not the only flat hone out there. There's some other companies that make them. But they're specifically designed to sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. Now all of these that we've had so far are beveled edge shears. I haven't had to convex anything yet. So the last sharpener she used did not, he basically took all of the ride lines off of these shears. Eastern Georgia, huh? Well, you need to check out Bonnie McGowan. She's in Georgia. Go to Bonica, BONIKA.com, and call Bonnie and Jean up. That's who you should get your training from, and check out her machine. Bonnie's a really nice lady. She just came out with a book on shear sharpening. I bought it, and it's really informative. She's really good at what she does. I'm not sure the town she's in. It's near Atlanta. But you could drive to her training. And she also trains on clipper blades. I got a lady coming in on Monday from Colorado, and I'm going to train her on salon barber and pet grooming shears. I'm almost there. I'm gonna flip that stone around a little bit. Well, I appreciate everybody sticking with me, even though the screen locked up for a good 2 minutes. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's work this one. This one's got 0 ride lines on it. We're getting there. A little bit more. Well, you need the ride line, Eddie, because it's hollow ground here. This is where it doesn't matter. Well, it depends on the shear. Japanese shears have ride lines. Japanese style shears have ride lines. German shears do not. German just has a beveled edge and no inside ride line. And they're also not hollow ground either. But if they're hollow ground in the inside, it needs that ride line. You see the line? We're good enough on that one. You need that ride line because it's part of the inside cutting. There's two edges, that the outside convex or a bevel, and then the inside ride line. Where those two come together is the cutting edge. It's the mechanics of the shear process. Man. gonna have to get aggressive with this. I can't take any more angle out of this. All right. Not what I wanted to do, that's for sure. Reedley, that was 25 degrees again. And that's about as far as I can go on these shears. I had to put some angle on it, or they're not going to cut well. Well, the marker helps me find the edge angle. That's why I put the marker on there, to do a scratch test to find the edge angle. And that's a burr. You're probably seeing the burr on there. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not. I'm going to remove the burr at this point. So I'm flipping that burr up with this little piece of chamois. That looks pretty good. And this is just a polishing pad. Kind of polish that edge just a little bit. And this is where I will convex a little bit, just to clean that edge up. This is just cosmetic at this point. The strops at the barber shop that they use on straight razors, is that what you're talking about? Oh, you know what? I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive with this. Yeah, no, those are just leather, big pieces of leather. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to put this one on. I'm going to need that one in a little bit. Well, I appreciate everybody sticking with me this morning. I got one more pair to do after this pair. Now, I've got a bunch of knives to do. So we're going to go back to the stones one more time. See a little something right there at the tip. Or a little bit more. That looks good. That looks real good. Looks wonderful. Looks good. Oh, don't want to break them. another spring I need to adjust. Just give it a little arc. Cool. I'll text you back, Eddie. We got one more pair to do, and then I'll check out your message. Felt like it was cut the tissue paper pretty well. Let's try that. Oh yeah. Well, after I finish this next pair, I'm going to sit down and have another cup of coffee. I'm exhausted already. All right, I feel good about those. You know what? Those are cutting pretty good. I don't think these need to be sharpened. I'm going to tell her to wait on these. Those are cutting really well. I'm just going to polish them a little bit. We'll clean them up for her. Turn that, we can turn that off. No, these were local. The 7 are already going back to California. He's already, in fact, he got them last night and texted me and said they were wonderful. All right, well, folks, that's it for this morning for the shear sharpening. I got some knives to do. I might turn the camera back on when I do the knives. Hope you all have a great day. Eddie, I will return your message. You guys have a great day.